Hello, welcome to California First. Checking and make sure the data is getting out. It takes a while for the data to get out. So we are going to talk about President Trump again. Who should you trust? See, this is the main topic. It's very important to ask the question, who do we trust? Or who do you trust? Make sure I get a channel on my good. I got some. Well, at least first we will see how President Trump's speech at peace in the Middle East. Wow, finally. It took a long time, a lot of manpower, a lot of hour of negotiation, and finally we got this done. It's very important. Okay, let me put this on. This is very, very important, and we should be grateful. Today I'm going to do this peace in the Middle East review about what President Trump saying, and also other leaders who involved in this Middle East peace plan, the 20-step or 20 point. It's very, very detailed. So I hope we pray they are able to execute this. It looks like they are willing to execute the plan. Okay, that's very good. And let's start.
Well, thank you very much, and that was a great honor. I appreciate it very much, Mr. President, Mr. General, Mr. President, great General, great President. Thank you very much. This is the day that people across the region and around the world have been working, striving, hoping, and praying for. They have done things over the last month that I think were really unthinkable. Nobody thought this could happen. With the historic agreement we've just signed, those prayers of millions have finally been answered. As you know, the hostages have been returned, and further work goes on having to do with the, sadly to say, bodies. Together we've achieved what everybody said was impossible. At long last, we have peace in the Middle East, and it's a very simple expression, peace in the Middle East, and we've heard it for many years, but nobody thought it could ever get there, and now we're there. I want to congratulate everybody sitting in these first few rows and standing behind me. I don't know why they chose to stand, but I promise I'll make it short, okay? We are not going to keep you standing for long. These are great leaders. After years of suffering and bloodshed, the war in Gaza is over. Humanitarian aid is now pouring in, including hundreds of truckloads of food, medical equipment and other supplies, much of it paid for by people in this room. Civilians are returning to their homes. The hostages are reuniting. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm just watching it backstage. The level of love and sorrow, I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing when you see they haven't seen their mother, their father. They haven't seen them in such a long time, and they lived in a tunnel, a very little tunnel, very deep. And the level of love is just incredible. It's a beautiful thing to see. In one sense, it's so horrible that it could have taken place, but in another sense, it's so beautiful to see. A new and beautiful day is rising, and now the rebuilding begins. The rebuilding is maybe going to be the easiest part. I think we've done a lot of the hardest part, because the rest comes together. We all know how to rebuild, and we know how to build better than anybody in the world. I want to express my tremendous gratitude to the Arab and Muslim nations who helped make this incredible breakthrough possible. And you really did. To President El-Sisi of Egypt, who is so generously hosting us today. And I want to thank you for the outstanding job your country is doing in so many different ways, and for helping us so much with this peace agreement. I also want to thank the President for the escort of 6 fighter jets. Oh, we looked out the window, we said, I hope they're friendly, and they turned out to be very friendly. But we had 3 on each side, and they are beauties right out of the great, really American manufacturing hub. We make the greatest military equipment in the world. We have the strongest military in the world by far. And I knew exactly what those planes were, and I knew exactly how much you paid for those planes, too. You paid a lot, but you got a pretty good deal. And they are great planes, and we just appreciate it. That was quite an escort in. That was very impressive. But Air Force One was really, it was covered with Egyptian desert just a few months ago. If you think about it, just a few months ago it was Egyptian desert, and now it was just a few feet off our window. And it was a spectacular sight, and I appreciate it very much. Really, that was pretty good. You got our people by surprise. I don't know if they were thrilled right at the beginning, but they were thrilled as we sailed along very, very calmly and safely. And I'm deeply honored to receive from you, Egypt's highest state honor, the Order of the Nile. The Nile is so beautiful, so magnificent. It's such a beautiful title, the Order of the Nile. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Appreciate it. Great honor. I also want to give a very special thanks to the Emir of Qatar, a man who's outstanding. He's been a friend of mine for a long time, long before politics, and he's a fantastically respected man. His Highness Sheikh Tamim is respected by everybody. He's respected by everybody, and in the most positive way, not only because of power, because of his heart. He's got a tremendous heart, and he's a great leader, and his country loves him. Thank you very much for being here. It's an honor. Let me also express our condolences to the Qataris on the tragic car crash that claimed the lives of your cherished diplomats, some of whom were known by our people, and they were supposed to be incredible people. So please extend our sorrow and best wishes. That was tough. That was really tough. On this extraordinary occasion, I also want to give our sincere thanks to President Erdogan of Turkey. He's always there when I need him. He's such a tough guy. He is tough as you can be, but we love him. And when they have a problem with you, they always call me to handle it. And usually I come through. We just have a good relationship, and we have from the beginning. And so I want to thank you very much and say hello to your wife, your beautiful wife. And it's great to be with you. Always there. When I need him, he's always there. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And I also want to thank, I just spoke to him on the phone, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed, Saudi Arabia, a special friend of mine. Boy, he's come so long and so far, and he's doing a fantastic job for his country. And I want to just thank him. And His Highness Sheikh Mohammed of the United Arab Emirates is here. Where? He's here someplace. Well, oh, he's not here, but he's here in spirit, I can tell you that. And he's been another one. He's been absolutely incredible, and we appreciate it very much. And His Majesty King Abdullah of Jordan, and thank you very much, King Abdul of Jordan. He's here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you really have been a great helper. We appreciate it. Appreciate it. Prime Minister Sharif of Pakistan, and also I have to say my favorite field marshal from Pakistan, who's not here, but the Prime Minister is here, and you're going to give his regards. Where are you? There you go. Thank you very much. Do you want to say what you said to me the other day? Come, would you like to say what you said the other day? I think it was so nice. Please.
Thank you very much, my dear President Trump, my dear brother President Fath el-Sisi of Egypt, Majesties, Highnesses, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening. Well, I would say today is one of the greatest days in contemporary history because peace has been achieved after untiring efforts led by President Trump, who is genuinely a man of peace, who has relentlessly and untiringly worked throughout these months, day in and day out, to make this world a place to live with peace and prosperity. I would say that Pakistan had nominated President Donald Trump for Nobel Peace Prize for his outstanding, extraordinary contributions to first stop war between India and Pakistan and then achieve ceasefire along with his very wonderful team. And today, again, I would like to nominate this great president for Nobel Peace Prize because I genuinely feel that he is the most genuine and most wonderful candidate for Peace Prize because he has brought not only peace in South Asia, saved millions of people, their lives. And today, here in Sharm el-Sheikh, achieving peace in Gaza is saving millions of lives in the Middle East. Mr. President, I would like to salute you for your exemplary leadership, visionary leadership. And I think that you are the man this world needed most at this point in time. World would always remember you as a man who did everything, went out of the way to stop 7 and today 8 wars. I would like to thank my very dear brother, Sheikh Tamim. He's Akh al-Shakik, who has really worked very hard along with others to achieve peace in this region. My very dear brother, President Tayyip Erdogan, His Majesty, King Abdullah, and of course, my very dear brother, Mohammed bin Zayed of UAE, and of course, my very dear brother, Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And he has also been very, very helpful and contributed very valuably in this wonderful peace process. Ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't want to take more of your time. Suffice it to say, had it not been for this gentleman, not only, who knows, India and Pakistan are both nuclear powers. Had he not intervened along with his wonderful team, during those 4 days, the war could have escalated to a level. Who would have lived to tell what happened? And similarly, here in this part of the world, in the Middle East, Mr. President, your valuable contribution along with President Sisi, I think history will remember in golden words. I wouldn't say more, except God bless you, God give you long life to serve like this for all time to come. Thank you very much.
So beautiful. Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you very much.
Very kind.
Thank you. Wow, I didn't expect that. Let's go home. There's nothing more I have to say. Goodbye, everybody. That was really beautiful and beautifully delivered. Wow, thank you very much. Also with us is President Prabowo, a very incredible man of Indonesia. President, come in. Great job. President Abbas of the Palestinian Authority. See, we have them all. We have them all. Great, great. It's good to have you. And so many others. I really have a list here. This first 3 rows and what's standing behind me, I don't know why they chose to stand, but that's there. They're going to be very famous tomorrow, all of them. We have the Arab League is represented by His Excellency, and thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much. We have Armenia, and Azerbaijan. That's a little war that we stopped. That's a little war. There they are. Look at them. They're sitting. When I met with them, it was in the Oval Office. They fought for like 31 years or some crazy number. And they had one sitting on that side of the Oval Office, one sitting. By the time we finished in 1 hour, they were both hugging each other. And now they're friends and they're getting along great. Look at it. So I want to thank you both. That's incredible. Really incredible. So you have Armenia and you have Bahrain, you have Canada. It's so great to have, in fact, the president called and he wanted to know if it's worthwhile. He knew exactly what it was. He knew the importance. Where's Canada, by the way? Where are you? Where are you? He knew the importance of this. He said, I want to be there. So many people have done that. They called. I mean, they heard about it. And these are not people that can do that very easily. They have pretty big schedules to put it in mind. The most powerful people. And I appreciate you being here very much, Mr. President. Fantastic. Fantastic. And Cyprus, Egypt, the European Union, it's a lot of countries. France, thank you very much, Emmanuel. I would imagine Emmanuel standing someplace behind me. Where is he? I can't believe it. You're taking a low-key approach today. He's my friend. That's great. Good job. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Germany, the new Chancellor of Germany he's easy to spot because he's very tall and he's very smart and he's doing a fantastic job for his country. Appreciate it very much. And congratulations, a big election. That was a big one. That was going to change things. Greece, we have Greece. We have Hungary. Oh, Victor, where is Victor? Victor. We love Victor. Victor, I call him. You know, I put the little accent on it. You are fantastic, all right? I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but I'm the only one that matters. You are fantastic. He's a great leader. I endorsed him the last election he had, and he won by 28 points. So you're going to do even better this time. You have another election, and you're going to do great, and we appreciate it, and we're behind you 100%. That's Hungary. India is a great country with a very good friend of mine at the top, and he's just done a fantastic job. And I think that Pakistan and India are going to live very nicely together, right? That's not a very, they are. And they're two great, I'd say, leaders, great leaders as far as I'm concerned. Indonesia, we covered, and I just want to say that that's a big country, a powerful country. It does unbelievably well, and it's great to have you. Iraq, we have Iraq with lots of oil. They have so much oil, they don't know what to do with it. That's a big problem when you have so much, you have no idea what to do with it. So thank you very much thank you very much. Italy, we have a young woman who's, I'm not allowed to say it because usually it's the end of your political career if you say it. She's a beautiful young woman. Now, if you use the word beautiful in the United States about a woman, that's the end of your political career, but I'll take my chances. Where is she? There she is. You don't mind being called beautiful, right? Because you are. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it. She wanted to be here, and she's incredible, and they really respect her in Italy. She's a very successful politician. We have Norway. Oh, Norway. Norway. What happened, Norway? What happened? Where's Norway? Where is he? We have Johnny. We're going to the World Cup, I can tell you that. Where's Norway? I don't think he wants to stand. Oh, he's back there. Well, we have Norway. Oman, again. We have Paraguay. We have really fantastic representative from Saudi Arabia. Thank you very much. I'll tell you what, and this time we'll get you the best seat. He always gets the best seat. He deserves the best seat. But what a great place it is. Spain. Where's Spain? Are you guys working on him with respect to the GDP? We'll get close. We'll get close. But fantastic job you're doing. And UAE, which is great. United Kingdom. Where's United Kingdom? Where's our friend? Come here. Is everything going good?
Very good.
That's very nice that you're here. These people all came in like 20-minute notice, and I think it's fantastic. And we have so many others, and just so many others. And it's such a compliment to what we're doing, because what we've done is something very unique and very special. So it's perhaps the wealthiest and most powerful group of nations ever assembled at one time, which is a big thing. We have achieved together in recent days a change that really is historic, and it's going to be remembered forever. And I want to thank the American team for their amazing work, and I want to thank, I think he'll go down as the greatest Secretary of State in the history of our country. I really believe that, Marco, or I wouldn't say it. Marco Rubio, I wouldn't say it. Maybe I would. You're doing a great job. I'll tell you, he's on course to do it. We've done a lot of work in 9 months. We've done a lot of work. I say that, 1 year ago, a little more, but 1 year ago, America, the United States of America was was a dead country. The king told me, and I use that, he said, sir, 1 year ago it was a dead country. Today you have the hottest country anywhere in the world, and it is. It's the hottest country. So many investors are here. We have over $17 trillion being invested in the United States, which is a record that nobody has ever beaten. I don't think anybody will. And we still have 4 months to go before it's a year. So in 8 months, we have over $17 trillion. We're actually very close to $18 trillion. There's never been, as an example, the previous administration had less than $1 trillion over 4 years. We have, we're close to breaking $18 trillion in 8 months. That's pretty amazing. No country's ever done that. I want to also thank Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and my son-in-law and a great guy, Jared Kushner. And I even have my daughter here, Ivanka. Ivanka, please stand up. Ivanka's here. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Ivanka. We have a great team, and we have, as you know, General Raisin Kane. We have John Radcliffe. We have Tom Barrack. We have really a lot of good talent. We have Pete Hegseth, who's now Department of War as opposed to Department of Defense. We made a little change. Somehow I like the name better, so do you, so do a lot of people. But the momentous breakthrough that we're here to celebrate tonight is more than the end of the war in Gaza. It's with God's help. It'll be the new beginning for an entire beautiful Middle East. from this moment forward, we can build a region that's strong and stable and prosperous and united in rejecting the path of terror once and for all. We want to get rid of the terror and get on to other things. There are many other things in life that are so good. The final sprint to this deal began less than 3 weeks ago on the sidelines of the United Nations in New York. I met with many of the people in this room, and it all just started coming together. I've known so many of you for so long. You're friends of mine. You're great people. I have a couple I don't like in particular, but I won't tell you who. I have actually a few of them I don't like at all, but you'll never find out who they are. Well, maybe you will, come to think of it. But I have most of you who I like a lot, and I respect a lot. Maybe that's more important. We listened, and we exchanged ideas, and we kept pushing forward until the job was done, and the first steps to peace are always the hardest. And today we've taken them and we've put them all together, and we've come up with this beautiful mix like nobody thought was possible. And as you know, I've just come from Israel. It was an amazing day to watch the hostages come in and to watch all of the other things and do all of the other things that we did. And like all of us here this evening, the Israeli people are overjoyed that the war has ended. Many of you have had dancing in the streets. They had dancing in the streets. And they've been dancing for weeks now once they heard about this and they heard that it was even a possibility. They're elated at the arrival of the hostages and excited to begin this new chapter for the entire region, and it's going to be that, and they are going to be great partners, and I hope everybody's going to join the Abraham Accord. I like to say the Avraham. I love Avraham, but somehow it doesn't sound as good when I say it as it does when some of my other friends say it who are from the region. But we're going to get a lot of people joining the Abraham Accords. We have the 4 great nations that did it early on, and they stayed with it. And then you had the Biden administration, which is the worst administration in the history of our country, and obviously they did nothing on that and anything else. And so it stayed at 4, and now a lot of people, even today, they're talking about all joining up. So many people have talked to me about that, and it's going to be a great tribute to really the United States. I mean, the United States has worked very hard in the Middle East, so it would be a tribute to us and to Jared and to Steve and to all of the people, Marco, all of the people that have worked so hard on that. And it really is going to it's going to guarantee that it all stays together. You're going to do well, because the 4 nations do very well. I mean, they do extremely, they're wealthy, but they're a lot wealthier because of it. So I hope everybody's now joining up. Now we have no excuses. We don't have a Gaza, and we don't have an Iran as an excuse. That was a good excuse, but we don't have that anymore. All the momentum now is toward a great, glorious, and lasting peace. And our commitment to fulfilling the 20-point plan we developed together will be the crucial foundation for achieving that bright future. And it's being worked on right now as we speak. And we're actually in stage 3 and 4. It's not going to be, just divided down so simply. We can be long advanced on some of the things that we say we're going to do. We can take them out of order in a positive way. And we've shown how it can be done with responsible nations like the people in this room, these incredible people in this room, setting aside their differences, seeking common ground, and pursuing a better world for all of us. And that spirit's my dream, that we all get together and enjoy our life. And we're going to put some of you on the Board of Peace. Everybody wants to be on the Board of Peace. They said, would you be the chairman? I say, I'm pretty busy too. But whatever we can do to have peace in the Middle East, it's worth it. But everybody wants to go on the Board of Peace, so we're probably going to enlarge it. We're going to get, and the leaders, the top people, the top leaders, they want to be on the Board of Peace. A beautiful term. At first I wasn't sure, and then I realized how beautiful it is. And for the people of Gaza, the focus now must be on restoring the basics of a good life. We're going to have a lot of money coming into Gaza and a lot of rebuilding and building. It's not so much rebuilding, it's really building, cleaning up and building. And I'm pleased to announce that numerous countries of great wealth and power and dignity have come forward to me, and just today and over the last week, to say they want to help in the reconstruction of Gaza, putting up whatever money is necessary. And the money is, of course, it's a lot of money, but it's not much compared to the value or the wealth of these tremendous countries, and they are ensuring stability and success in the Middle East. So when you think about it, it's a very, very small amount of money is necessary, relatively speaking. And as those commitments are made, I'm going to let the world know who is doing it, because they really deserve great credit for doing it, and they're going to do something that's really monumental. This is a monumental day. This is a monumental moment in the history of the world beyond the Middle East. We've all agreed that supporting Gaza must be done to lift up the people themselves, but we don't want to fund anything having to do with bloodshed, hatred, or terror, as has happened in the past. And for the same reason, we're also agreed that Gaza's reconstruction requires that it be demilitarized and that a new, honest civilian police force must be allowed to create a safe condition for the people in Gaza. As I said earlier, I intend to be a partner in securing a better future. We're going to be working, you're going to be working with the United States, and we're going to make sure that the Middle East is going to be a safe and secure place. It's a very important place in the world, means so much. There were so many people who said the Middle East, and this has been going for many, many decades. I've read it many times, that World War III will begin in the Middle East. It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. There was a time that you would have thought it could have, but it's not going to happen. There won't be World War III, hopefully at all, but it's not going to start in the Middle East. We're not going to have a World War III if we're smart. There'll never be a World War III. Our work begins right here and right now. From ancient times, this region has been extraordinarily mixed with respect to people, culture, religions, all of the different elements of national characters, unlike maybe anywhere else on earth. And for 3,000 years, there's been conflict. For whatever reason, there's been tremendous conflict, always conflict. But today, for the first time anyone can remember, we have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to put the old feuds and bitter hatreds behind us. And that's why so many people in this room, they didn't get along. Some did, some didn't, but they're getting along now. This has brought the people together. This is the first time the Middle East crisis has brought people together as opposed to driving them apart. And to declare that our future will not be ruled by the fights of the generations past, which is foolish. So together, let us continue in the spirit of cooperation and goodwill that has finally brought us to this incredible, historic breakthrough. If we do together, we will reach the Middle East's incredible destiny, a safe and prosperous and beautiful crossroads of culture and commerce, faith in humanity and geographic center. This will be the geographic center of the world. So I just want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank you all for what you've done and for this quick notice. It all came together just at one little period. It just came together. It's the greatest deals happen that way. If you do anything about deals, that's all I've done all my life is deals. The greatest deals just sort of happen. And that's what happened right here. And maybe this is going to be the greatest deal of them all, not just nation building, not just having to do with this or the political whims. This will be maybe the greatest deal of them all, period. And I want to thank all of you and all of these great nations and this region for what it's gone through and all of the fights it's had, or life over death and hope over strife and harmony over hatred. That's what we want. We want it to be that way because together we're going to forge a magnificent, great, and enduring peace. I want to just end by saying God bless you all. God bless the Middle East. God bless your countries. And God bless you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. No excuse not to do this, but that's all right. Maybe you should throw him out of NATO, frankly. Please, go ahead.
What are you planning to do with
Tall
that?
gentleman, nice tall gentleman, go ahead with a yellow shirt.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to change gears really quickly and ask you, you're going to Walter Reed tomorrow? What are you having done, and how are you feeling?
I'm meeting with the troops, and I'm also going to do a sort of semi-annual physical, which I do. And I think I'm in great shape, but I'll let you know. But I have no difficulty thus far Is there wood around here? I'll knock on it. No difficulty. Physically, I feel very good. Mentally, I feel very good. You know, I did about 6, 7 months ago, I do physicals. I like to, when I'm around, I like to check always early, always be early. It's a lesson for a lot of people. But I also did a cognitive exam, which is always very risky because if I didn't do well, you'd be the first to be blaring it. And I had a perfect score. And one of the doctors said he's almost never seen a perfect score. I had a perfect score. I got the highest score. And that made me feel good. When they asked, would I like to do one, I said, yeah. I said, did Obama do it? No. Did Bush do it? No. Did Biden do it? I definitely did. Biden wouldn't have gotten the first 3 questions right. No, Biden didn't do it. Biden should have done it. I'm actually a person that believes that if you're president, you should do a cognitive exam. But last time I took a cognitive exam, and it was a perfect score. The doctors announced it. And by the way, not the easiest test. The first few questions are pretty easy. Once you get into the middle, it gets a little trickier. And there aren't a lot of people in this room that would get every single question right, I can guarantee you.
You're putting me in a difficult spot. Next question.
Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for way less than you did, and President Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize
He
for
got a
way
prize
less.
for doing nothing.
Exactly.
Obama got a prize. He didn't even know what he got. He got elected, and they gave it to Obama for doing absolutely nothing but destroying our country. No, he was not a good president. The worst president was Sleepy Joe Biden, but Obama was not a good president.
Are you going to do something with the
They
Hezbollah?
gave him a prize. How many months after he won the election?
What's your view in terms of what should happen nationwide when it comes to redistricting?
Well, first of all, in California, it's a big mistake to go and to dismantle and to basically kind of get rid of the independent redistricting commission under the auspices of we got to have more power than the Republicans. And we got to fight Trump. Because, yes, they are fixing the elections in Texas. But that does not mean that California should fix the elections because of that. 2 wrongs don't make a right. It's that simple. And whenever the politicians say that we're only doing this temporarily with the redistricting commission, with the independent one, there's no such thing with politicians and temporarily. Have you ever seen a tax that stopped? When they say this is just temporary, it is permanent. I'm for the power of the people, not the parties, and therefore I say vote no on Proposition 50.
Because when I talked to Governor Newsom about this and about your conversation with him about this, he told me that he said to you, if we are not successful that there will be no more independent redistricting, the whole thing's over. He has no faith in President Trump in order to do fair elections if Republicans have all control, and he says that it is temporary. Do you don't buy what Governor Newsom's saying?
Of course not. Look, I've sat there in Sacramento. I've listened to the politicians for 7 years. They are not interested in giving any power to the people. The only interest that they have is to take power away from the people and grab it themselves. So this gives them a great opportunity by saying, oh, we have to fight Trump. Let's go and get rid of our democratic principles. Imagine to fight for democracy and to get rid of your democratic principles. It doesn't make any sense. And plus, we have so many homeless people in California. And there they cannot do anything about it. But they're spending $200 million on a special election. I would rather give this money to the homeless people that really need it rather than to the politicians. Let's give the money to the people rather than the politicians. This is what this is all about. That's why I'm against Proposition 50. That's why I always will say nothing against Newsom. We don't have a fight over this at all.
Yeah, because you guys met. What was that like when you
It was a
met
wonderful
together?
meeting. He told me what he felt. I told him, I said, I totally get it. Because this is what you need to do to be the leader of the party. I totally get it, but I'm not a party person, I said. I'm a people's person.
Are you going to be campaigning anymore? What's your role? Are you going to be doing interviews, going around the state, doing rallies? What's your role in this campaign?
No, I have no plan. All I wanted to do really is to come out and to say to the people, hold it. Before you go and vote, you should know this is a scam. And vote no on Proposition 50.
So potentially hundreds
Then they gave him the Peace Prize, right?
It was right after he was elected.
My election was a much more important election.
Now that you're fixing the situation between Hamas and Israel, are you going to be taking care of the Hezbollah or the Lebanese armed forces to take care of the Hezbollah?
Yeah, we'll be able to do that. That will be, it's a smaller part of the puzzle, but very important part. They have a great new ambassador that I appointed, Michelle. Great new ambassador. So yeah, please.
Mr. President, you said that the hostages will be released on Monday or Tuesday. What's your strict deadline? When do they have to get released?
Well,
and how do you make sure each party abides by it?
It's going to be around that time, yeah. They're working on it very hard. They're in very diverse parts of the earth, okay? They're very, very diverse. Actually, it's, I think they're going to come through. I'd be surprised if they didn't. I think it'll happen.
Mr. President,
In the back.
Thank you, sir. The 19th point of the 20-point plan said that in the future there could be conditions in which the Palestinians might eventually get a state. Under what conditions do you think the Palestinians
Well,
will
we'll look at it at the time. We're going to see how it all goes. And, you know, there's a point at which we may do something that would be a little bit different and may be very positive for everybody. But we'll be looking at that at the time.
Mr. President.
And I think we'll get to that. I think we'll get to that period, too. Yeah, please.
Mr. President.
Yeah, please, Glasses.
Thank you. Mr. President, the United States has previously said that that Europe would have to take more responsibility for its own security. Are you or the U.S. planning to withdraw some of the U.S. forces from the European soil?
No, but we may move some around a little bit. I'd ask you that question, Pete. Go ahead.
I think that's right, Mr. President. We're very much heartened by your leadership to get NATO to rise up to 5%, which means they can take primary responsibility for defense of the continent. But that doesn't mean America is abandoning NATO in Europe. But we could look at where our troops are postured, what makes the most sense for America and our NATO allies.
We have a lot of troops in Europe, as you know, a lot. And we can move them around a little bit. But no, basically we'll be pretty much set. Go ahead, what's your second?
My second question would be, are you planning to impose more sanctions on Russia at this point?
I might, yeah, I might.
Mr. President, your 20-point plan says we will encourage people to stay. Can you confirm that as Gaza is rebuilt, that no one will be forced to leave?
Yeah, nobody's going to be forced to leave. No, it's just the opposite. This is a great plan. This is a great peace plan. This is a plan that was supported by everybody. I mean, as I said, they're dancing in the streets of many, many countries right now. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. No, we're not looking to do that at all.
Mr. President, do you think that we could see a full withdrawal?
Mr. President, can you cut through the politics on the shutdown? We had another failed vote today. Can you speak to our viewers from Orlando to Sacramento? What's your message to some of these families tonight facing missed paychecks, potential layoffs, and missed benefits due to the shutdown?
Yeah, I blame the Democrats. They ought to call their local Democrat representative, whether it's a senator or a congressman, and it's their fault. I mean, they admit it, it's their fault. They campaigned on the fact that they'd never shut down the country, but they want to shut it down. And, you know, we have the greatest economy. We're the hottest country in the world right now. I think you'd admit that. The hottest country. We went from a dead country a year ago to the hottest country in the world. So I think they probably don't like that. But we're doing great. I mean, we're doing great. I would say my message is call your local representative, congressman or senator, and tell them to get on the ball. The Democrats have caused this problem.
Can I ask one more question? Congressman
Brady,
please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Where are you from?
I'm from Finland.
I love it. It's so nice. Uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here
So-
we go with a killer question.
I would like to circle back to the icebreaker deal. So Finland and the U.S. are strengthening their economic partnership through the deal. What other areas of cooperation with Finland do you see as possible at this
Great
moment?
question. We're going to be talking about that in a little while. We're going into the next door room, commonly known as the cabinet room, beautiful room, and we're going to be discussing that. But we'll be doing other things. It's a wonderful country with wonderful people. We've had a long-term relationship, but it's never been as close as it is now. We'll be doing other things. Go ahead.
I mean, we've been talking about a lot with the president, but two specific fields where I think Finland has strengths. One
Hello, welcome. Thank you very much for all your comment. Thank you. B has a question about how is Newsom still in power. This is a very, very good question. We recall him twice, and yeah, that's a very, very good question. Yeah, and my guess is the illegal vote, the only reason, the weak election. Okay, the only reason. And thank you very much for everyone's comment. And one thing people didn't know, if this Prop 50 got success and get the redistrict of California congressional map, we will lose 5 seats. Even Texas may gain 5 seats. It's still in danger. Well, actually, we don't want to lose our Republican Mike Johnson as a House of Speaker. We don't want to go back to Nancy Pelosi or the left thought style. Remember waving waving the Palestinian flag in our Congress? Think about it. Now, the Congress belong to Americans. The old days is gone. We don't want the Democrats control our house again. We don't want to have a Democrat as a House Speaker. Because what fake news? You keep typing fake news. I'm sorry. I need to time you out, because it's just spam. You spam. You're not being productive. Even you just type "school Trump," I don't care. But you don't type "school Trump" couple times saying the same thing, or at least you type something different about "school Trump," "fuck Trump," "love Trump," whatever, But you cannot repeat this same thing. Vote Libertarian. Well, I try to vote Libertarian. We don't have a good candidate, Libertarian candidate. Come on. Okay. Get me a good Libertarian candidate. Okay, I will fully support him. They don't like Trump, but for no reason. People don't like Trump for no reason. He did the greatest thing in the world. In Gaza, this thing is impossible almost. But he did it. And nobody appreciate it. Because the left thought still want to try to, the left thought media and MSNBC still try to spin the story. Trying to pick Trump's word back in, I think, last term. Because last time, Trump saying this Egyptian president is so corrupt, so bad, blah, 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 blah. See? That's not what the left thought are doing. They are not helping. what will benefit, for split President Trump's relationship with the Egyptian presidents. So evil MSNBC, evil Democrats. It's a fact. President Trump is trying to people not dying. And President Trump is not really focused on the Nobel Peace Prize. He said he doesn't care, but he don't want people to die, especially the children. The Melania, the first lady, come out and speak to Putin. See? Stop killing the children. So everyone is doing something already in the Republican side. Constructively. Lie. TDS for Julie. Yeah, TDS. Lie. What lie? Everything is on the video. Not like back then doing a Biden administration. You can now. Everyone knows Biden administration suppress, shutting up a suspend account, shutting down account on YouTube. Don't let people talk about COVID. That's Biden administration. So they violated our Constitution. Adam Schiff tell Twitter, Jack Dorsey, to take down a journalist account. And also, they take down Trump account, President Trump's account. See? All of this. Okay? Lots of reason to dislike Trump. Okay, list. Okay? I won't call you spam. Okay? You just list one by one. Okay? Only cost you $2. Huh? $2 super chat one by one. This. And everyone will see it. Everyone will agree. See, let's see if everyone will agree with you. See? Okay, because now the reason I pause, because I want everyone to see the shutdown. We got to go back because the come back to America. Julie, come on, stop. This is a spam. Julie's spamming because he didn't bring out the point. I have, I think, 3 videos already talk about Epstein file. So sick of those people. Just go subscribe. Racist. Another G10, 100 racists. Okay. So many racists here. I don't know why we have so many racists on YouTube. It's okay. I'm going to show right now, Speaker Johnson. We are in shutdown day 13. Basically, Speaker Johnson is repeating himself every day, but we have no choice but repeat because still people didn't listen. We need 4 more votes from Democrats. People in Chinese community, they thought, hey, it must be Republican shutdown because Republican control the Senate. See, that's the lie they've been spreading. We need 60 votes to pass the Xiao bill. And they didn't say that part when they talked to the voters. The news of the audience, the Chinese media. So after this, I will have to record in Cantonese in different channel to do the same thing, like explaining why is the shutdown happening. Because the left media everywhere. Is Joshua keep typing yes on 50? I think it's stupid. You just keep typing yes on. You can type yes on 50 with the explanation. Okay. You have no explanation. Just yes on 50. This guy Jay, yes on 50. What? Because you don't like Trump, or because you don't like the gerrymandering, or you don't like gerrymandering in Texas. What's your point? Okay. Something happened in Texas, none of your business. Something happened in Colorado. Are you going to comply? Okay. Are we going to like get a proposition for Colorado because something Colorado did or something Texas did? Florida, it's stupid. We are Californian. We have our own culture. We may not we may not agree with each other, but we still have certain rules. We love California. I'm not going to leave California. I'm not going to move out of California. I got to fight until I die in California. This is my state. Okay? People vote yes on 50. Do you know what's yes? Do you know what's going on? What's going to happen to our congressional district map? Everyone is happy the dictatorship in California. One party rule. If they let one party rule, go to China, man. Cuba, all those one party rule country. Go live for a year, 2 years. Don't bring the money though. Don't bring the US dollar, go there. Bring nothing and see how you survive over there. People have nothing can come to America and build their family. And the Democrats try to fuck it up, okay? Fake news especially, try to fuck it up, okay? Allowing illegal immigrants flood our system, flood our welfare system. It's not justice, it's not righteousness. That's evil. The right way to do it is vetting everyone. See, during the Vietnam War, you have a lot of Vietnam veterans or Vietnam refugees come to America. We have a lot of refugees come to America. After vetting, they slowly, they earn, they make their way of living, they grow, they work, but they are legal. Love Trump, yes, I love Trump. He's not perfect, but I love him. No one is perfect. But compare Kamala or Biden, okay? You have no choice. American has no choice. End up the greatest president. If not Biden or Kamala, have someone, with more common sense, then, we will have a tough fight, okay? But President Trump, everyone say bad thing about President Trump. I really don't understand. His bigot. He uphold man and woman. That's it, okay? He uphold the abortion, go back to all states. Let all states decide how you want to face the abortion issue. This 10th Amendment, okay? How can that be a dictator? Who is a dictator? Obama is a dictator. He take all the school, the common court standard. It's a way of dictator to get all the education, all the education. Obama is the dictator. You can laugh because you don't know nothing. You don't know shit. That's why you laugh. Okay? This is my country. What are you talking about, Chuck? How about I fuck you, okay? Fake account. Chucky. Fuck you, Chucky. Okay? Those are racists. This is my country. California first. California is my state. Nobody can kick out of my state. Oh, you type again? I already say fuck you, okay, Chucky? No spam, okay? Just spam. I already say this is my country, okay? You want to vote yes, is right, okay? But I would say you are stupid. That's why you vote yes. Because I already say. What happened to Texas is none of our business in California. California has our rules. We already have supermajority of Democrats in Sacramento. We don't want any more. We are sick of the Democrats. They're sick of the Democrats controlling everything. All the rules, all the legislation, sick of those. Yeah. You stupid people there. I'll put the time up. You still type Epstein, you are stupid, okay? So many stupid people. I will just time you out, okay? Don't waste my time. Don't waste people who want to continue about watching So if you focus, then you can learn something, okay? Yeah, really. Many people sick of Democrats too. Many years. How many years they controlled the California? Look at how it turned out. It's no bullshit. It's reality for us. Look at the gas price. We're the highest in the nation. It's not bullshit. It's reality for us.
Across the globe, we've all watched it early this morning as President Trump made his triumphant speech at the Knesset, and now he heads to the peace summit of world leaders in Egypt. I think that will be happening within the next half hour. Thanks to President Trump, today marks the historic dawn of a new Middle East, as well as the return of the official celebration of Columbus Day, which marked the dawn of a new era for all the world when Christopher Columbus, of course, arrived in the Americas, and as President Trump summarized, quote, paved the way for the ultimate triumph of Western civilization less than 3 centuries later on July 4th of 1776. For good reason, today is observed as a national holiday in many countries of the Americas and elsewhere, and of course, it's a federal holiday here. With regard to the history that's been made today, I just wanted to say that what we mark today, and the reason there was such rousing applause at the Knesset and is being celebrated, as you know, throughout the Middle East, the region, and around the world, is because this is, for the first time in 738 days, there are no living Israeli hostages buried in the tunnels and being held at the hands of Hamas. In just 8.5 months in office, President Trump and his administration have ensured the safe release and the return of all 20 living Israeli hostages from Hamas captivity, putting a lasting peace within reach for a region where we have all aspired to that for generations. This is a day of profound hope and joy for the entire free world, and a day only possible under the leadership and strength and fortitude of President Donald J. Trump. And everyone recognizes that, and they're all talking about it around the world. With this historic achievement, President Trump has accomplished what others have only talked about or even tried and failed. Time and again, President Trump is demonstrating that America's strength delivers and ensures peace for freedom-loving people around the world. As we've said so many times, it's the perception of a strong America that really holds the terrorists and tyrants at bay. And America's back. We're so grateful for that. So as everyone here and around the world are celebrating all this incredibly good news, yet again we have a split screen. And on the other side, there's currently ongoing bad news here because of the costly political games that are being played by Democrats here in Congress. We're now on day 13 of the Democrats' Schumer shutdown. This marks the third week that Democrats have blocked paychecks to our troops. They've blocked pay for 2.2 million federal workers, and they held critical services that the American people rely upon in limbo. At least they've tried to block those checks. We are so very grateful that President Trump, again showing strong leadership, has stepped up to ensure that our troops are going to be paid on October 15th while we wait for Democrats to stop holding the country hostage. Truly grateful for a hands-on commander-in-chief. I spoke with the president at length before he left on this trip to the Middle East, and he and I are both so frustrated that Democrats are perfectly happy to do all this damage while they play political stunts. We can hardly believe that they're willing to go along with this on the gambit and the false narrative that they've created. And as you all know, here in Congress, Republicans have voted over and over to reopen the government and end all this pain. We passed a clean, nonpartisan CR that would pay the troops and the TSA agents and Border Patrol and the rest of our federal workforce. We did our job. We had that vote over 3 weeks ago now, and the bill is still sitting in the Senate, where Democrats have now voted 7 times to keep the government closed. I brought our handy chart again today because they were out breathlessly over the weekend in media outlets, Democrats in Congress, including Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, claiming facts that are simply untrue. They claim that this didn't happen, but this is exactly what the vote tally is. And on September 19th, the House passed the clean resolution that got everyone paid and kept the services flowing, and they voted against it. Every Democrat but one in the House voted not to pay the troops, not to pay TSA, Border Patrol, air traffic controllers, and all the rest. The Senate Democrats then voted that down, and you see now 8 times total in Congress, Republicans have voted to keep the government open, and Democrats have voted to close it. Period. End of sentence. And why did they do this? Because they want to spend $1.5 trillion in new taxpayer-funded spending as a ransom for ending the shutdown. Not our talking points. This is in the record, and they filed it. No matter how they twist it, this is a clean, nonpartisan CR. It does not include new spending. It does not include partisan strings attached at all. And this is something, as we have pointed out over and over, that Democrats have supported repeatedly. In fact, 13 different times during the Biden administration. Even the liberal New York Times admits the obvious truth here. You have leaders on the Democrat side like Jay Johnson, who spoke out this week and said, end it, open the government, and then have these negotiations. We were always planning to do that, to negotiate on the other issues. Again, we have to be very clear, the shutdown did not have to happen, but every American needs to understand why it did. And I'll reiterate, I'll summarize for you very briefly again. What happened? It happened because while Republicans are working to ensure the American people are taken care of, Democrats are playing a political game. Unlike 2013, the Democrat Party is utterly rudderless. There have been times in the past where there were shutdowns. Democrats today have no leader, no vision, no direction. The party's at their lowest point in decades in terms of public opinion polls. And so they threw this Hail Mary pass. Chuck Schumer knows this. He reads the polls religiously. He knows his party is furious with him for doing the right thing back in March when he helped to pass a clean CR and avert a government shutdown. It was the right thing to do. He said so himself emphatically on the Senate floor. And that bill he supported is nearly identical to what we're offering today. The only thing that's changed is his personal political calculation. His consultants and his pollsters have told him he needs to show a fight to President Trump, even if it means hurting millions of American families. So that is exactly what Chuck Schumer is doing. He's determined that his own political survival is worth the irreversible harm he's inflicting on the American people. He's gambling with people's lives and livelihoods to appease the far-left Marxist base of his party so that he can keep his job. And make no mistake, this is bigger than Chuck Schumer. Democrats are terrified of their radical Marxist base. The ones who have been here for a while, kind of your father, your grandfather's Democrat Party, the remnant of those folks who are still here in the halls, they're terrified to show any willingness to work with Republicans or to work with President Trump, even when that would clearly benefit the American people. And everybody sees right through this. Meanwhile, Republicans are governing with common sense. In just the first 9 months of unified Republican leadership, we've cut taxes for hardworking American families. We ended the border crisis. We're ending the crime crisis. We're rooting out fraud, waste, and abuse in government. And now bringing an end to conflicts around the globe. And what have Democrats done? Nothing but distract. Now, I'll end on one very important note. Ending this shutdown is not a one-party exercise. Republicans do have control of Congress, quote unquote, but it still takes 60 votes to pass a funding bill in the Senate. All of this is the way the founders intended the process to work. Any Democrats who suggest otherwise are willfully misleading the American people. Chuck Schumer gave a speech on the Senate floor, I think it was on Friday, looks right into the cameras and said Republicans are in control and this is all on them. He knows full well that it takes 60 votes and we only have 53 Republicans in the Senate. There's already a bipartisan majority in the Senate that supports our clean CR. There are two Democrats and one independent who caucuses with Democrats, 3 Democrat votes total who have gone along with Republicans and using common sense to keep the government open. We need 5 Senate Democrats now to break ranks and do the right thing. The only ransom here is the $1.5 trillion that Chuck Schumer is demanding from the American people. And you've all heard our Democrat colleagues demand that Republicans come to the table to negotiate. But as I've said time and time again, I don't have anything to negotiate with. We don't have any partisan policy riders that I can remove from the funding bill because Republicans didn't include any. It is a truly clean, nonpartisan short-term CR. They don't really want a negotiation. It's just a talking point. They're not interested in negotiation. Again, look at their counter-proposal. $1.5 trillion in new spending, $200 billion to use hard-earned taxpayer dollars to fund health care and other benefits for illegal aliens and non-citizens. And they want to give $500 million to liberal news outlets through the Corporation for Public Broadcasting while cutting $50 billion from rural hospitals. These are not serious measures. They're not serious counter-proposals, and they know that. They know they can't tell voters. The Senate Democrats cannot tell voters that they're willing to hold hostage funding for the nutrition of women, infants, and children in exchange for restoring health care to illegal aliens. So they want to do this behind closed doors. And you've heard Chuck Schumer say breathlessly, I just want the 4 leaders to get in a back room and make a deal. We're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. We're getting back to regular order, and it's infuriating that that's what he continues to demand. Before Democrats recklessly shut down the government, Republicans and Democrats were engaged in responsible, open, bipartisan negotiations on the appropriations process. Republicans are eager to return to the actual negotiating table, to finish out full-year appropriations and do work on all the other matters before us, but we won't negotiate in smoke-filled back rooms, and we won't negotiate as hostages. Democrats in the Senate have been around a long time, and they'll remember this important plea, and I'll leave you with this thought. Listen closely to what I say here. Quote, there's only one way out of this reckless and damaging shutdown. Pass a budget that funds our government with no partisan strings attached. The American people don't get to demand ransom in exchange for doing their job. Neither does Congress. They don't get to hold our democracy or our economy hostage over a settled law. That's not how our democracy is supposed to work. That's why I won't pay a ransom in exchange for reopening the government. I'll always work with anyone of either party on ways to grow this economy, create new jobs, and get our fiscal house in order for the long haul, but not under the shadow of these threats, unquote. What I just read was a direct quote. Those are not my words. They belong to President Barack Obama. He was speaking there in 2013 when our government was shut down for 16 days. This would be the third longest government shutdown in American history. That one would be. And my friends, if Democrats keep up their obstruction here today, this is where we're going to be headed. We're barreling toward one of the longest shutdowns in American history unless Democrats drop their partisan demands and pass a clean, no-strings-attached budget to reopen the government and pay our federal workers. I want every American to hear this clearly. What Barack Obama demanded then is exactly what Republicans are saying now. We will not allow the American people to be taken hostage over partisan demands. Democrats cheered on Barack Obama back then, and now they've flipped their entire position out of pure politics. It's now time for them to take their favorite president's advice. Do what he said was right. Pass the clean, no-strings-attached bill and reopen the government. We're on duty here, and we can return quickly to legislative session as soon as you turn the lights back on, Chuck Schumer, and end this unnecessary hardship for the American people. Before I take your questions, I just want to give one word of thanks to the Capitol workers who are here today helping out even as they work without pay. There's a lot of dedicated folks who keep these engines running even when the Democrats are trying to turn them off. It means so much to us, and I want to thank you for your service to the institution, and I'll take a few questions. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Speaking of President Obama, you've been very critical in recent days of Obamacare, and some of your members have called for repealing it. Do you support repealing Obamacare, and what's your health care plan?
We worked on repealing and replacing Obamacare back in 2017. I still have PTSD from the experience. You remember that John McCain famously did the thumbs down, and effectively by a one-vote margin, the whole effort was defeated. It's a great frustration of mine, and has always been of President Trump's. And we know that American health care needs dramatic reform. Let's just state it simply. Obamacare failed the American people. It was promised to be a great success, to make health care more affordable. It's done exactly the opposite. And it has been pointed out by everyone that since Obamacare was created in 2010, premiums, the cost of health care, have risen exponentially. It's skyrocketed to the point where it's no longer affordable for so many Americans. And the access to care has been reduced, and the quality of care in some regions of the country has been reduced. We have to reverse all of that, and we have plans to do it. The Republican Party is the party that has the plans to fix it. Can we completely repeal and replace Obamacare? Many of us are skeptical about that now because the roots are so deep. It was really sinister the way, in my view, the way it was created. I believe Obamacare was created to implode upon itself, to collapse upon itself. I think the people who drafted that, the architects of it, knew that it would not be sustainable because their objective was ultimately a single-payer system. They wanted full government control of health care. That's a terrifying prospect for those of us who believe in low-cost, high-quality care. And so we have lots of ideas on how to fix it, but it is very, very complicated. It involves a big percentage of the U.S. economy. Healthcare is entwined with somewhere, I think it's 15% of the U.S. economy is the healthcare system. And you can't just rip it out at the roots and start over. It's a very, very complicated series of measures and steps that you have to take to fix it. Now, it takes a long time to build consensus in a legislative body to do those kinds of things. And we have lots of plans on the table. We have whole caucuses who work on this around the clock all the time. When I was the chair of the Republican Study Committee, which is the largest caucus of conservatives in Congress, back in the 117th Congress, we drafted a book this thick. We worked on it for almost a year. And we had a prescription for how to lower cost of care, make the quality higher, and make accessibility greater. And so we have formulated all these ideas, but we've got to build a consensus to do that, and we were in the process of that. This year alone, Republicans demonstrated this, not talking points. We did it. We put the Medicare reforms in the One Big Beautiful Bill, many of them. And what that did, don't take our word for it, look at the analysis of the CBO, Congressional Budget Office, that came out August 25th. And they said it will have the desired effect of reducing waste and abuse in that program that was full of waste and abuse in Medicaid, which is draining resources from people who needed it the most, which is the elderly, disabled, and young pregnant women example. Y'all have heard me explain this over and over. But we took all these millions of ineligible recipients off of Medicaid. That's going to be the effect of the one big beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut, and it's going to reduce the cost. It'll save $185 billion is the estimate of the CBO, just for those initial reforms. So it's a long answer to a simple question. We have to fix healthcare in America, and we have ideas to do it. But we have to have government open and operating to do that. I cannot snap my fingers and go in a back room with Chuck Schumer and say, oh, here's the magic fix for it. It's not how it's going to work. The COVID-era Obamacare subsidy that they're all talking about is supposedly the issue of the day. It doesn't expire until the end of December. And by the way, it is the Democrats who created that subsidy who put the expiration date on it. They did it all on their own. Republicans weren't involved in that at all. They put an end date on it because they knew that it was supposed to be related to COVID, and it's become a boondoggle. It's a subsidy for insurance companies. When you subsidize the healthcare system and you pay insurance companies more, the prices are increased. That's been the problem. So if indeed the subsidy is going to be continued, it needs real reform. But there's a lot of ideas on the table to do that. Probably 100 different ideas on how to fix it, but we can't do that overnight. That requires the month of October and probably part of November to get the consensus built around that. So it is impossible. It is impossible and it is inappropriate for Democrats to demand what they know what they're saying isn't true, to demand that should be part of the negotiation today for a simple continuing resolution. And all of you know that. You're here in the building. You know how this works. You know how complicated this is. That is not a deliverable, and they know it. They chose that issue because they thought it would sell well in the public and it would show that they're fighting Trump. It's all a big facade. I'm so frustrated by it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We know the president moved forward with mass layoffs. So we are also learning there were significant cuts to staff at the special education services. Are you comfortable with those cuts?
I haven't seen the specifics of that, and I don't know. I do know that each of the cabinet secretaries were asked to assist OMB to determine what the most essential programs are and what the priorities are for the policies and all of that. And I've been so busy on all this, I've not had a chance to dig into the details of each division and how it's happened. I know that HHS, for example, has cut some programs, but they were effectively all agencies in a triage situation. Because remember, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats turned off the funding for all these things that everybody cares about. And so the executive branch, the Office of Management and Budget, has to determine what are the most efficient and effective programs. It's a difficult task. It's not one that they relish. They don't want to do it. Listen to the president's own words and Russ Vought's own words and everybody who's involved. They want the government to be opened. They're begging Chuck Schumer and the Democrats. That's how to make all this stop. They want this to end immediately, and they wanted it to end before it started. And so again, Republicans are voting and advocating for an open government, and Democrats are doing the opposite. They are the ones keeping the government closed and bringing an end to these services and personnel and policies. That's just a simple fact. Yes, ma'am.
At the end of this week, it will have been a month since the House has been out. Why are you keeping the House out if you have a lot of other work to do? Are you saying that you can't work on appropriations and other things while the government is shut down? And what do you say to Republicans in your own conference who are critical of the strategy of keeping the House out?
I've heard a criticism from, I think, 3 members on our conference call, and since our conference calls leak and they're always spun, that's the fact. You can poll individual House Republicans, maybe you should, and 98.7% of them will tell you that this is the right thing. Why? It's what you just said is the opposite of what I've said. We are working on appropriations. That work has been done in earnest. The next package of bills is being prepared. Appropriators are talking not just Republicans and Democrats, but across the aisle on that. And we can move all that forward. Right now, the House Republicans, I don't know what the Democrats are doing, but the House Republicans have been very busy. They're doing some of their best work in the district, helping their constituents navigate this crisis that's been created by Chuck Schumer and the Democrats. The Schumer shutdown causes real pain for real people, veterans, the elderly, people who rely upon these services, our rural hospitals that have been struggling. Our members are out helping them to access the rural hospital fund that we created and that the president signed into law on July 4th that no Democrats assisted on. Chuck Schumer wants to take those funds away. They're trying to make sure that the rural hospitals can access them. because they know that this effort is underway. And so our members are doing very productive work. We're in constant communication with them, and we are ready to come back and continue the work in our committees and everything on the House floor. We will return to legislative session as soon as the Democrats come to their senses and open the government. That is a necessity so that the work can continue and the members of Congress can do their jobs. And that's what we will do. That's our commitment. It always has been. This has to stop. We're on day 13. This should end tomorrow. The Democrats in the Senate's next opportunity to end this, to change this and vote yes and reopen the government will be tomorrow. And I pray that they will do the right thing. And then we'll all get together and have our partisan disputes and discussions on all the issues that remain on the table for the end of the year. We're doing our work behind the scenes. We're preparing for that moment, and we can't wait for it to happen. So the question is for the Democrats. When will Congress get going again? And I hope they answer it affirmatively. Thanks so much.
Well, I'm so surprised. People didn't know the sanction to Russia. Nobody should ICE deport them is too stupid. He says Joshua Piker. He said he is CCP. Special, some kind of stupid agent. Oh, fuck him, okay? Okay? This is my state. This is my country. I don't care what you say. You're just saying some stupid thing. Deport Dennis. It's not going to happen. Because there's no way. Do I have to explain why? All I have to do is show them my passport or real ID. Okay, we don't have voter ID, but we have real ID in California. So the real ID require passport. It will indicate that you are a U.S. citizen. So don't be stupid, okay? And vote no. And people say MAGA is a cult. MAGA 100% is a cult. So what? Okay? It's not illegal. Okay? MAGA, if you think MAGA is a cult, okay, MAGA is a cult. It's better than Democrats, better than Left Heart, better than TDS. TDS is a cult. Left Heart is a cult. Left media is a cult. They all try to kill people. MAGA is a cult. We try to have fun. So, okay? All the fake news media. I hate fake news media. Because of them, they put out all the false fake news, all the false information. They think, oh, all the MAGA is a bad people. Yeah, I wear this hat, I wear Trump hat everywhere, and they know who I am. They see me, and then nothing happened. You know, funny. This guy can barely speak English. But you understand? See? I barely speak English, but you understand what the fuck I'm saying, okay? So go vote no on 50, motherfucker. They disappear, those guys, you know, racist. I have many Republican friends. I have some Democrat friends, but most Republican friends understand what I'm saying. And many Democrat friends, they don't know what I'm saying. Still, people just type vote yes. When you type vote yes, because you are stupid. You are dumb fuck. Okay? You listen to fake news media. Oh, you understand simple English? That's why you type vote yes on 50. Because you are so stupid. Perfect. Thank you, Michael Morgan. Thank you. Your family is probably very ashamed of you, Mike. See, this is what the left thought. Left thought are so stupid. When they cannot argue, they kill you. Either they kill you or they bring your family out into the argument. See? That's right. I said they are stupid. They cannot say they cannot argue about Prop 50. They cannot argue why they should vote yes on Prop 50. The only reason is they have to bring out Trump. Because of Trump, we have to vote yes on Prop 50. The TDS. Projective thinking and TDS. That's it. Nothing. That guy who said I don't speak English disappeared already. It's because he's racist. All the Democrats are racist. You know, they have no heart, they have no brain. No heart, no brain. So they cannot listen to what's the point. What's really important message. Logical fallacy. Yeah. Logical fallacy. That's very, yeah, logical fallacy. That's very Newsom popular tactic. Yeah. Yes, on 50. Oh, he's still typing on that. Conrad. Come on, man. You cannot type anything else. Did you know more? Do you know more English than me? Hey, Joshua, you spy, CCP spy. Huh? Joshua, you say you're a CCP spy. What are you doing here? Go back to China. Yes on 50. He's still typing yes on 50. Okay? But stupid, yes, agree. That's so stupid. Agree, yeah, girl. I got to respond to normal people. That's why I hate people spam type the same thing because my screen very small. I'm old. I'm old. Oh, yeah, okay. Turn independent. I think independent, yeah, nice, that's good. Nice move. That's called walk away. Mr. There's a walk away movement from Steve, I think, or from Brandon. From Brandon, I forgot his last name. Walk away movement. he had a lot of people from Democrat to see what's really happening on the party. Yeah, the Democratic Party is very corrupt and very corrupt. Trump, mega, okay. Yeah, at least we change some typing. Conrad, Conrad also. Yeah, change some different typing. Don't get too boring. Yeah, I got to sound like Uncle Roger. I don't want to sound like Uncle Roger. Oh, good. Clock. I want to buy a new clock too, but gotta wait. No money. And release the file. Okay, those people I have to time you out because you are so outdated. You don't follow the news. You don't follow the news. You don't get comment here. You are outdated. Uncle Roger. You don't know who is Uncle Roger, right? The guy who cooked food. Okay. I cannot see it. Conway also. I don't know who you are. Nephew, yeah, this guy know Uncle Roger. Wake up, mate. Uncle Roger. Yeah. Maybe I have to eat noodle and do this show at the same time because the people are so boring. Those are nephew. Nephew. Voice to text. No King Day weekend will show the world how unpopular Trump is. Those are paid funded by Democrats. I already talked about that. I don't know if you do. Gary. Okay, Gary. Yes. Yeah, I already talked about that. People should avoid those areas. And we know it's funded. What are we going to do? Now, Uncle Roger is very funny. I hope I have those kind of humor. If I have, see, people are normal people. See, I want to be funny like Uncle Roger. I want to be smart like Charlie Kirk. You know, everyone is aiming on something. One day, if I can be like Uncle Roger, so funny, and or Jimmy, you know, then I will be so happy. And everyone is supposed to aiming for those kind of success. You know, I want to be a YouTuber. I need to learn how to be a YouTuber, content creator. How am I going to do it? All this. One day I'm going to be successful, and then if one day I got success, and then what happened is the Democrat, if we have Democrat country or socialist country, all my effort, all these years, they will take my money away from me because I work so hard every day. I try to learn while I'm earning at the same time. And the Democrats, so socialists, doesn't like it. They will take your money. Oh, now you are so rich. But hey, none of them is helping me right now. 10 years later, I hope, if I make make a lot of money, I know I'm that kind of person. I know I will share all those money to many people who need it. Just me. I don't have money. People knows me. Even I don't have money, I will give it out money. People think I'm crazy. You know, all my friends who knows me think I'm crazy. You know, so that's the problem. People didn't understand what's Republican and Democrats. People think the Democrats is the good guy. No, Democrats the bad. The old Democrat is okay guy, but still I don't like the concept of big government. Okay, Republican, the concept is small government. So people has to work very hard in the small government. Something happened to you, too bad. You got to figure it out yourself. You're stuck in the freeway. Okay, too bad. Okay. You got to figure out yourself, or you call your friend. So you need the social network. So you can call your friends to help you out. This is how Republican system mindset, you know. And the Democrats will be, don't worry, you break down your car, we will have people to help you. But those money is paid by someone else. Okay? So this is how the how Democrats and Republicans. Bro, Trump is a big government. Oh, bro, Trump is not big government. Come on, man. Democrats just complain about him firing people. Make me high blood pressure again. I moved to America before 97. Okay? So they cannot deport me. I become American citizen before 97. Did the government shut those who are living off? What are you talking about? Trump is more tax break for the rich. This is also a lie, you know. Let's see, people are so dumb. People too much CNN, that's what happened, you know. Too much CNN, you don't get the facts. No tax on tips. No tax on Social Security. No tax on overtime. I've typed those. No, I already done that before. Sometimes I'm kind of, well, I have to be patient, I guess. I have to learn to be patient, like Charlie Kirk. How much is American own China? I don't know. I was born in East LA, raising in Orange County, moved Michael Morgan. Oh, Michael Morgan, okay. Then this went from, yep. I should move to Orange County when I was, have a chance. I was, yeah, East LA. Good for you, Michael. Good for you. East LA is terrible too, because it didn't stop until next year. You read half of my comment and couldn't respond. Yeah, because everything goes so fast. You need to super check. Tony. Tiki Tony. Everything moves too fast. See, Conrad, type again yes on 50. I know you're going to vote for yes on 50. You don't have to tell everyone. Stupid. You don't have to tell me. Huh? Newsom speak the truth, okay. Yeah, this here's the picture. On top, you see? That's why I post that. Newsom is the king. Newsom is the king in California. When he say you got to stay home, and you got to stay home, and he can go to anywhere. And also Nancy Pelosi, she get to wash her hair, and everyone has to stay home. So you believe Newsom, okay? You must be very, 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 very stupid, okay? Well, thank you very much. Wow, okay. I appreciate all your comment and all the stupid comment. I hope people my mega friends here watching the stupid comment and can well kind of like we don't have we never take it so serious. It's not like the left heart. Left heart is so emotional, screaming, and we just see it. The comment, like we laugh at those stupid comment. Yeah, we you heard. Yeah. So hopefully my mega friends can enjoy the stupid comment, and we also will know what they are thinking. So see this guy comment or he or she can type is yes on 50. Yeah, so push on yes on 50 because of TDS. Okay. That's the only reason, okay? The only reason. Nothing help that won't help California, okay? It's not going to help California. We want something to help California. Okay? Terrence. It's a Democrat. Terrence is Democrat. Who is the Terrence? Okay, wow, we're up so fast. Peter. Yeah, you can just type yes on. Yeah. Okay. Well, 1 hour 47 minutes. I appreciate, and I only got one super chat. If you say you're in the call, no, I'm not in the call. Okay, sorry. This is best thing ever happened to me. Best thing ever happened to me. My whole journey in America. This is the best moment. I learned a lot. I meet a lot of great people in Republican Party, and I meet a lot of great. I would say mega, only mega. If you are not mega, then too bad. You are not. You know, we can see even you think you are Trump supporter, but you may not be a mega, because mega is different. Mega is different. Okay. But all the mega is great people and a lot of funny people too. Mega have a lot of funny people, great, educated, very smart. I admire. I have a lot of still many things to learn from them. Mega all the way, yes. Oh, this maybe I should just show you the book. See, this is mega. Got to learn. See, this is one of the mega. George Spiker. Of course, you don't live Of course, you don't live with your parents because you are funded by CCP. You say it before. I have to go all the way up to find your Chinese. This is a great book. Yeah, from former Senator Mike Morrell. Okay, California Senator Mike Morrell. He's one of them I look up to, learn. But intelligent. He's a lawyer. His kid is a lawyer. So yeah. So many people we can learn. So 149. Thank you very much for everyone subscribe. I think I have to stop now because otherwise can go forever because all the great comment, especially Joshua Piker. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. Enjoy everyone. Okay. But sometimes it's just sometimes some comments just too stupid to comment on the stupid comment. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, and the ballot, everyone already has the ballot. If you are not sure, just vote no. Okay. How can people who live in California still trust Newsom? Okay, there's no such thing. Okay, doesn't happen. So only you are fake. Only fake. See, only fake. Those are fake vote, fake poll. Okay. Thank you very much. I see you next time. Bye bye. I try to do my live stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 o'clock. I hope I can, because this is still not my real job. I'm changing my career. Hope I can do it every day. Do Monday, Wednesday, Friday now. I hope some bring something up and everyone's happy. To my mega. No, this is not to my head. Okay, come on, don't insult me. Don't assume. I hate people to assume. Say, you check the company, okay? American company. Okay, thank you very much. I see you. I see you next time, motherfucker. I see you next time, motherfucker. Welcome, Mega. But those motherfucker, I will see you. Bye bye.